It's very important to get into this yin state much more. It's going with the flow of life. It's winter solstice. We entered a period of darkness. And this doesn't have to be a bad thing. When it's dark, you can see the light of the stars. I like the darkness, a magic space where new things can emerge. It's time to slow down, to look inside, and to get in contact with this darkness. We can receive visions for our soul path and make resolutions for the new year. I am 47 now, and I want to talk about a topic which was prominent for me during the last years. I want to share my secrets, how I follow my soul path with ease, and how I stayed fit and look young over 40, how I stay slim around my waist in my mid-age, and how I use the magic of clothing and style for being beautiful. Being fit and looking young is not a superficial goal, as some say. Body and soul are aligned. There is one principle which guided me on my soul path and with having a good relationship with my body. It's the yin principle, which is so important for many women. It's about being in the flow of life, being receptive, following your joy, and achieving things with ease. Once I entered my 40s, I started to see changes in my body and changes in my mind. Things which were easy before became difficult now, and other things which were difficult before became easy. So, what became easier for me was knowing myself, following my soul path, and just self-confidence. Self-knowing, self-confidence, wisdom, intuition, and life experience. And other things became more difficult. I gained weight around my belly and around my waist. And I didn't like this because, first, it's not very healthy. And second, it doesn't look good. I didn't like it. I mean, there are people who like it when they gain weight and they find themselves beautiful. This is perfectly fine. But for me, I didn't like it because for my body type, and I will talk about this later, it's very important to have waist definition. If my waist disappears, my whole body looks different and not so beautiful. I just didn't like it. I had to change things. Also, I realized that my overall fitness and health situation became a bit more fragile once I entered not my 40s, but with 45, around 45. I didn't feel so good with my stomach. My digestion and things like this started to become much more fragile. When I was younger, I could eat everything. I didn't feel tired after eating. And this also changed around the age of 45. First thing I want to talk about, and which I think is important for all of this, for following your soul path, getting in contact with your visions, and also for staying healthy, staying fit, and being in good contact with your body and to feel beautiful. It's a little bit of my secret, is a yin approach. So you know yin and yang. Yang is this active force, this strong, active, dynamic, and yin is this passive force. It's receiving and it's floating like the water, and it's intuitive, and it has a different kind of strength. This yin strength is needed by many women. Many women need this yin approach when they want to feel better, when they want to achieve something, and not this yang approach. We live in a yang dominated culture. In most jobs, it's important to be active, to follow your goals, to communicate much with other people, to be extroverted, and to live in a state of high energy. This state of high energy, being extroverted, it leads many women to have a burnout. I mean, not every woman is the same, of course. There are women who have more of these yang parts inside of themselves, inside their personality and their body and their mind and their soul. And for them, it's perfectly fine to use this yang energy and to surf on it. Yeah. But what I found for me, it's very important to get into this yin state much more. And what does this mean exactly, being in this yin energy? It means for me being introspective, being in good contact with my soul space. And it also means following my joy. It can be easy. It's going with the flow of life and not swimming against the flow of life, because in my head or with my will, I just want to achieve something. What I do has to be in alignment with my whole being. It has to be in alignment with my personality structure. It has to be in alignment with my body, with my psyche, in alignment with my cognitive functions. And for many women, I found that when they don't follow this yin path, for example, when they try to lose weight and do sports that they don't like, or they have diets and eat things that they don't like, yeah, all those things are not in alignment with this yin energy. To allow myself to be slow, not to be in a hurry the whole day, not to follow a rigid day structure where every hour I have to get somewhere else and I have to do this and that and this and that, and at the end of the day I don't know who I am anymore. Yeah, that's not good for me. And I found that this is not good for many other women. Sports. One thing I found when I entered my 40s, and especially my mid-40s, was that it's getting much more difficult to keep my weight, and it's much more difficult to stay slim. In this area, see this area here? Yeah. This area around my belly, my waist. So it's much more difficult to keep my waist definition. I was always an active person. I always did sports, and I went out to nature, and I took long walks, and I went skiing, I did yoga. So I was never a couch potato, and I always liked sports. My metabolism changed once I turned 40, and it needed another kind of intensity, another kind of sports. All those things I did before, they didn't work anymore. The one and only thing that helped me to lose those 3 kilos around my belly and around my waist was high intensity training combined with weight training. You can do CrossFit, you can do high intensity training, you can do aerobics combined with weight training, you can do high rocks. There are so many options you can choose in your gym, or you can do it by yourself also. But what I found is, because I need this yin approach, and I mean, sport is more of this yang already, but my yin nature, in order to like these sports and in order to keep doing it, I needed some things. And that's different for everybody. It might be other things for you. What I needed was an instructor. I needed someone standing in front of me, showing me what to do. And I needed a group of people with whom together I do this. And also it's nice for me to either have music, motivational music, or to do it in nature. I don't have to think about anything. You know, I go there and do 1 hour what this person in front of me shows me. And that's necessary for me, and I like it. I don't have to think. I listen to the music. I like the sensual experience in the gym. I bought nice gym clothes I feel beautiful in. So that's important. And the other thing which is important is the gym or the place where I do the sport has to be in close distance to where I live. In order to get there, it doesn't take me longer than 15 minutes by car or walking distance. And when I drive by car, it's necessary that there are easy parking spaces. And, I don't want to feel stressed with this whole organizing thing around my sports. I want to have it easy. I want to just go there and I know that it's a beautiful gym. I know that there will be nice music. I know that this instructor will show me the right things. And then I just do it. And it feels so good for me, this weight training and this high intensity. In fact, I like it much more than jogging for 1 hour. When I have to jog for 1 hour alone, I have to really, it's so difficult to keep the pace and I just don't like it. And when I go to the gym and the music starts and the instructor starts to tell me, so now we do those things to warm up, and then afterwards I have those exercises for you, and this is how you do it in a right way, in an efficient way, so that it's really good for your body. And also to feel the weight and the strength. It's something I just really feel good. Most of the time, I already feel good while doing it. And every time I feel good afterwards. After I did sports, I feel so good. And this is what I mean with yin approach. Yeah. So sports was one thing. And the other thing, to stay slim or to lose those 3-4 excessive kilos of weight, is of course eating. Not everybody is the same. And therefore I want to encourage you to listen to your body and to find out what's best for you. And of course, when you have an eating disorder, then it's a whole different story. What I talk about applies for healthy people. The most easiest thing is only eat when you are hungry and stop eating when you're not hungry anymore. This is the most important thing, and I used to eat more than I was hungry. So I had this meal, food on my plate, and in my head I had this, oh, you have to eat everything that's on your plate. No, I don't have to eat everything that's on my plate. I stop eating when I'm not hungry anymore. And the second thing was for me to have only 2 meals a day and to do a little bit of interval fasting. So I have a meal in the evening and maybe I have some chocolate later in the evening. Then I sleep, and usually I sleep long. Then I wake up around 9 o'clock or something like this. And then I have my first meal around 11 or 12 o'clock. Basically, I have brunch and dinner. Yes, of course, sometimes I eat some little things in between, but my big meals are only 2 meals a day. When I wake up, I'm not hungry during the first 2 hours at least. The third thing is cutting down carbs. Just not eating so much bread, so much pasta, so much rice, and have really healthy protein like chicken, lentils, fish. I really like fish. So Mediterranean food and fish with vegetables and those things. But I also eat carbs. I eat chocolate and I drink wine and I eat rice and I eat pasta. And sometimes, once a month, I eat pizza. But the important thing is, what do you eat regularly on a daily basis? The third thing regarding my body and regarding looking young and being beautiful is my clothing. And once I turned 40, I started to have a closer look on my style and on my body type. When I was younger, I just wore what I liked at the moment. And I also tried out many things. And sometimes I wore things that, I liked when it was hanging there, but it just didn't suit me. It just didn't suit my body type or the color of my face, my color season. What really helped me was to analyze my body type, and some things I did intuitively right most of the time. And other things I had to have a closer look at. There are different body type systems, and what I found helps most is the Kibbe body type system. And within this body type system, I am a soft body type, a yin body type. So there are yin and yang body types, and I'm also a yin body type, which means you have more soft flesh, you need waist definition. I have round breasts and a round bottom. And yeah, so for me, where I cannot wear things that are like this, like a potato sack, it just doesn't work. It doesn't look good. And there are some women, like, for example, flamboyant, natural body types, they can wear these long, flowy, big things like oversize and wide, and they look gorgeous in that. It just looks cool on them. But I cannot wear this. I can wear maybe one oversized thing which is cropped if it's like short and boxy, and then I have leggings. Maybe I can wear a bit oversized, but usually that's not possible for me. I most likely have a mixed body type. This means that some of my body parts are more angular and some other parts are more around. I have a short torso, I have long legs, I have long fingers, but relatively short and fleshy upper arms. And I have a long face. I'm not a classic type. For me, this mixed type thing, it means I have to be much more careful how I combine my clothing. What always works good for me when I'm slim, when I don't have this excessive weight around my waist, is slim, close to my body. This always works for me, and therefore it's even more important for me to be slim and not to gain too much weight, because I just don't look good in wide clothing. What looks good at me as a mixed body type, a mixed soft body type, is, for example, short skater dresses, shorts, cropped shirts, skinny jeans. And when I wear long dresses, then they just need to have this waist definition, and also on the bottom they need to be not too wide. When I go shopping, Usually most clothing that you can buy, especially in Northern European countries. In Spain, it's easy for me to find things. Also in Spanish shops like Zara, it's more easy for me as a smaller and round person. It's easier because Spanish women are this way. But in the Northern European countries, and I live in Austria, Germany, especially in Germany, when you go to shops, you find these clothing. It's always a little bit wider and mostly no waist definition. And those things, they suit natural body types, natural and dramatic body types who are tall and who have wider bones. And many women in Germany, for example, are one of those body types. They are mostly natural body types. And I found that for me, I just need different things than other women need, or the majority of other women who live in my area need. And I want to encourage you also to buy those things that you feel beautiful in. Yeah. Now I slowly come to the end. And at the end, I want to talk about the symbol of the day. And the symbol of this video is the shell. The shell symbolizes perfectly this yin orientation. It stands for the element water, and it stands for this receiving type of energy. It's about being in contact with your intuition. It's about being in contact with your soul, with the wisdom of your soul, and following your soul path with ease. It can be easy, it can be beautiful, it doesn't have to be hard. And when you make New Year's resolutions, then you can take this into account if you want, that it can be easy. Yeah, it can be according to your personality type, according to your body type, according to your whole way of being. And when you do things and set goals which are in alignment with your body, with your soul, with the nature of your whole being, then it's much easier to achieve things. And you are on your soul path. Thank you for listening.